Modern Warfare 2, hey? I mean, this is a game is a huge deal, isn't it? This game is a big deal. Obviously, you know, for me in particular, I really liked Modern Warfare 2019, and I thought it was a real resurgence for the series. You know, particularly seeing it at Call of Duty at the top of its game, like at the top of the class, the benchmark for high quality gameplay. Once again, we hadn't seen that in a very long time when Modern Warfare 2019 came out. So it was great to see that, you know, and obviously the sequel is going to have a lot to live up to, particularly as the name. To use the name Modern Warfare 2019, to use the name Modern Warfare 2 is almost like it's such a huge risk. It's such a it could so easily be blasphemous because Modern Warfare 2, the name carries a lot of weight for gamers, for the video gamers lot who like to eat Cheetos and then throw them at their mother. It is a big, huge name in gaming. One of the biggest names in the history of video games, up there with Halo 3 and Half-Life 2. This game meant so much for so many people. It was the game that brought Call of Duty into the, to public eye. It's the game that made it a household name. And for a lot of us, you know, for a millennial, it will bring a tear to your eye remembering screaming at people in the lobby and listening to old Linkin Park songs and stuff like that. You know, some My Chemical Romance and screaming at a teenager. Those were the days, you know, and those were our childhood years for millennials. That's what we had. That's your version of going out to the shops and buying firecrackers, you know. That's our Modern Warfare 2. So to bring that name back, you know, it is a big deal. It carries a lot of weight. And I've got to say, I think gameplay wise, I think they fucking nailed it with this game. I really think they absolutely nailed the gameplay in this game. With regards to sort of map size, scaling, the overall like tightness of the gameplay, the gunplay, mostly, you know, some of the features and stuff like that. What they did was they took Modern Warfare 2019 and just took all the feedback on board and sort of condensed it down into a tighter package. I did like the big maps in Modern Warfare 2019, but I will admit that over time, maybe they did become a little bit grating. So they've tightened up the maps. They've made them more vibrant. You can tell that immediately. Not with every map. I still think there's still some grime and dirt and grungy maps in there, which is fine. But they do seem to have made everything pop a little more. Everything seems to have a little more personality than it did in 2019, and I think that's absolutely great. I'm having a really good time with it. I do think that the guns feel great. Let's run through the good stuff. Yeah, let's run through the good immediately. So firstly, like I said, the maps. You get 4 maps on this beta. Oh yeah, actually, before I continue, this is okay. So I'm not a PlayStation guy, but I had to dust off my PS4 this weekend to play this. I was playing this on a base PS4 on a tiny little monitor that it hooks up to, and so this isn't my gameplay. This isn't my footage. I have barely enough time to play the game and talk about it, let alone setting up capture on a PS4. It would just be a whole laborious process. So I've downloaded some footage to use on this, and I'll credit whoever's footage I used. But yeah, so I was playing this on a base PS4, and I'm gonna say, man, this game really dispels all of the rumors that those old consoles can only run 8-bit games that were designed for Nokia N95. This game looks gorgeous, even on a base PS4. It looks really great. I was really shocked and astonished by how well this game ran on the PS4. Also, I would say that I didn't have any server issues, barely any lag, if any, no lag, no input lag. I didn't see any performance issues whilst playing the game, which is absolutely fantastic. Got a bit of frame pop in. You expect that from a 9-year-old console. And I don't know whether this is a feature or a glitch, but when I use the second default loadout, if I switch to the pistol, it will keep my gun sort of tucked and my pistol out. I don't know if that was intentional or not. It went away after you sprinted. I don't know, but actually, if it is a cool feature, then I'm okay with it. It's not that big a deal, but it's okay, I guess. It's not overly interesting. It looks a little bit cumbersome, but you know, who cares? Yeah, like I said, the maps are great. You have a market map. There's 4 maps. You have a market map. You have a dingy rundown farm. You have a hotel. And you have a rooftop map. The rooftop map barely ever showed up, but they are all great and actually kind of oozing with personality, which is really good. The market map has plenty of colors and has a lot of COD 4 vibes. Very good layout for that. The dingy map, that's my least favorite. It reminds me a lot of a map straight out of 2019. A little bit of, you know, the one that had the the train in the middle. It's very small, but it does play well, and it's not a bad map. It's just a little too run down and dingy for my liking visually. You are going to get commentary on this game that you probably won't get from other people. The rooftop map I like a lot. I love the lighting on that map, man. It's absolutely stunning, despite the fact that at times I do think it is a little too rudimentary and geometrical in a sense that it kind of reminds me of a little bit of an Infinite Warfare map. But it's a gorgeous map. It's very vibrant. I love the way the light comes through, and the lighting is absolutely stunning, and the scaling on the buildings is really great too. But so far, actually, my favorite map has been the hotel map. I've really liked the hotel map. I really think it's a very, very good map. I kind of get, and no one's going to agree with me on this, but I kind of get high-rise vibes with regards to the layout. And what I love about this map is that it understands. I don't know whether they went into this consciously with the original Modern Warfare 2, but one thing that was great about the original Modern Warfare 2 was like there were so many maps with so many personalities where you could go, oh, this is the map where this happened, and this is the map where it's this or this or this. Like Favela, this is the map with all the rooftops, you know, or in the case of this, High Rise, this is the map with the dead center where everyone snipes and everything's long range. And I felt that way with this map. I felt as though like I was having these long range gun battles where it was just a dead man zone in the middle, and I loved that. The map felt as though it had so much personality for that reason, you know. Like I liked all the other maps, but you know, they could boil down into standard generic Call of Duty maps, but this one, it's like that range, that having to play the range was just, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Visually I like all of these maps too, and I think that's absolutely great. Also the gunplay's really good. You know, it's a lot more of Modern Warfare 2019, but I'm going to get into that in a second. They brought back the dolphin dive, not a particularly, you know, useful thing, but it is what it is. Though the guns felt great and they looked great visually. But yeah, overall, I mean, like, it just plays so well. I'm having a great time playing. I'm not very good at it at the moment. I need to get back into the swing of things. I haven't played Call of Duty for a couple of months. It was Modern Warfare, but this does feel like a different beast in a sense. But yeah, it feels very tight. And very, I felt as though they strike the balance just right with a lot of things, like with the size of the maps and the gunplay. The gunplay feels a little faster than it did in 2019. I think the tactical sprint is a bit quicker, and overall sprinting is maybe a little bit faster. And in a lot of ways, that's good. That's a good thing. Oh, and I like the fact that, I will say, before I move on to the bad, because the thing is, like, it sounds as though I'm not saying much for the good, but that's because everything is just kind of good. Like, everything just is all right. You know, it gels well. And when I talk about the bad in a second, it's going to feel like I'm nitpicking, but actually it's because so much about this game is so great, and I don't really have too much negative to say about it. Like, everything just clicks. Everything really does click well in this game, and I'm having a great time playing it. And I feel as though at times, like I used to with a game that has such great like gameplay and oodles personality. But the last good thing that I have to say is that I think, from what I can tell, when you level up a weapon, it does a little guitar riff again, and I missed that. I missed the stuff like, you know, the down 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 from old Call of Duty games, and we need more of that. We need more edgelord like guitarists. Like, yeah, dude, this game's so metal, man. We need more of that in the series. We really do. And so that was an absolute delight to discover in the game. But speaking of which, I think we should move on to the slightly more negative stuff in this game, because there were a couple of things that bugged me. It wasn't perfect. Firstly, straight off the bat, I'm looking at it right now. I don't like the UI. I don't like the menus. I think they look kind of ugly. Just really old. Like, there's something about the new menus that they were so slick in Modern Warfare 2019, and they just something about the design of the new menus I don't like. I don't like the new HUD. I'm not a fan of it. It looks like it's a cross between Modern Warfare 2019 and Ghosts. You know, the like counter on the side for the objectives or the kills or whatever. That's the one lifted straight out of Ghosts. I don't like the new Black Ops 2-esque font where everything's squashed in. It makes everything feel just a little too silly and goofy and arcadey. Yeah, when it comes to, I'm just not really a fan of any of the user interface. I don't like the new lobby. You don't see the players unless you click a button to see the players, and then it brings up like a Black Ops 3/4-esque grid system. But then after that, it brings up a proper lobby, but it's on the left, and it just doesn't look very good. What's the point of like emblems and calling cards and stuff like that if I can't view it in the menus? Please, Infinity Ward, change that. That could really be a deal breaker for me. Actually, I'm not a fan of that at all. I really don't like the new user interface. It looks terrible. I'm looking at it right now. I don't like anything that I'm looking at. Also, I'm going to talk about it. One big thing you're not going to get from any other channel probably, but it bugs the shit out of me. It drives me crazy. I don't know why they've done it, and it's really annoying me. What the fuck is this new sprint animation? What have they done to it? My boy, look how they massacred you. It looks terrible. What is maybe more realistic or more effective? I don't give a fuck, man. They nailed it with Modern Warfare 2019. The sprint animation in there was fine. They didn't have to fuck with it. I feel as though this is one of those, it wasn't broke, but we had to fix it because we had to show that we were doing something new. And I don't like it at all. I really don't like the new sprint animation. It genuinely makes it harder to take this game seriously. When my sprint looks like something out of fucking Team Fortress or something like that. It looks absolutely goofy and silly. It really looks really silly. I'm not a fan of it at all. I don't know why they felt the need to change it, because it was fine. It was absolutely fine. Why did you change it? Oh my god. And it looks kind of bad in the campaign, but I could get over it. I think the campaign looked a bit slicker. But in the multiplayer, where everything is like, you notice everything more because there's not all of these weather effects and shit flying all over you, it really is noticeable, and I don't like it at all, particularly with the new HUD. I'm not a fan of that at all, man. And speaking of which, speaking of little gripes, look, we didn't like that it was the same boring announcer for every match. But you didn't have to take it out. As far as I can tell from my beta experience, there's no announcer at the start of the game. It just starts completely dead. You know, you got the awesome, badass edgelord guitarist when you level up, but there's no announcer. I would buy a pack, as long as it's not too much. I would buy a pack that brings this game back to having proper announcers. Makarov, you know, Menendez, Price. I want it. I want to hear those announcers at the start of the game. I don't care that it doesn't fit in with the stupid operator system, which I haven't liked since it came out. I don't get the operator system. I don't find it interesting at all. I get that it's to sell microtransactions. Hey, buy Menendez. But no, I don't care if it doesn't fit in canonically with the faction that I'm playing as. Add the proper COD announcers, please. I'm begging you, just put them back in. Put the down whenever I level up back in. I want all of the silly edgelord stuff to remain in the audio section. I don't want, squashed fonts. I want guitar riffs and COD announcers. That's what I want in my game, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with the COD announcer situation. The British guy was really boring, and I didn't find him interesting at all when they used him for 3 fucking games in Warzone and in multiplayer. Please add old school famous character announcers. Maybe make it, gel with the operator that you have. If you have Menendez, he's like, all right, let's get this. I can't do it. I'm not even going to try to do the Latin accent, but all right, let's get this. Something awesome like that would be really great. I also don't understand the new perk system. I think it's a bit goofy. Like, you earn perks while you play the game. I don't really understand. Again, it's another thing where it's like, it's not broke. Why are you trying to fix it, dog? I really don't understand why they keep trying to fix things that don't need breaking. Why are we, making the AI look ugly? Why are we making the sprint look ugly? And now why are we adding this perk thing? I really don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get what the point is. You nailed it with Modern Warfare 2019. All you had to do was tighten up the maps, reduce the size a little bit, change the progression system. Presumably, we'll be using the same progression system as Cold War and Vanguard. Hopefully, because I think that one's absolutely fine. But yeah, I just don't understand why they need to keep, tweaking things and messing with things. If they just did that, if they just tightened up the maps, bought some new weapons in, upgraded the graphics, made that, maybe something that more popped and was a little more vibrant, which is what they've done, then that's really all we needed. But yeah, I mean, those are my gripes, those are my nitpicks, and a couple of them are a big deal. I don't like a lot of the animations or the UI, and that is a little bit annoying. And the lobbies, that might be the biggest thing. Not having a proper lobby. It's been a scourge of gaming recently that we just don't have fucking lobbies anymore. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand why we can't have a lobby in games anymore. Well, everyone loves lobbies, we all grew up on lobbies. Just bring fucking lobbies back. I don't understand why it has to be this way. But yeah, if that's going to be the way it is, then that's a bit bad, and some of the other things are quite bad. But other than that, overall, gameplay wise, with the maps, the guns, and everything like that, it does feel great. It feels like a really great experience, and they fucking nailed it, dude. They got everything right. Like, the quality is great, the graphics are great, the other animations are great, the guns feel really great, the maps are perfect, the kill streaks are fine, everything else is fine. Just if it was me, I know that my feedback isn't going to go towards anything, even if I did get views. The game's coming out next month, but just fix those couple of bits, and then we will have a worthy reboot to Modern Warfare 2. It really is really great, and I can't wait for the game to come out. It's coming out next month, I believe, and I think I'm going to go for the physical edition, actually, so I probably won't be playing the campaign early. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the beta. It's a bit of a long video, but yeah, I guess I'll see everyone